Westside Gunn had a collaboration with Doechii on Friday with the Egypt remix. Shout out to Leroy Green. He dropped the remix. He dropped the freestyle over it. We'll post that in a few. But they got down, man. This shit was crazy, man. What did you think about the Egypt remix?
Yeah, I mean, I seen the like the excerpt where they get the clip and where she's talking about West Side and everything on there. I actually seen
Yeah.
that at the time, but I wasn't expecting a collab. So when it came up, it just came out of nowhere for me. So that created excitement to just get new music and then see what those two worlds look like. I like the record.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest West Side Gun fan, man, but I like that record, man. Short and sweet, short and sweet, and I
Yeah,
think
I mean, I think it's merging two worlds, man. I think that these two worlds should have been, collabing for a minute. But what we're seeing with artists like Doechii is you're seeing artists that are coming into the mainstream now that are fans of a West Side, that are fans of an MF Doom. You know what I'm saying? And those are things that we didn't openly see in years before. And I do think that that is the impact of, I mean, obviously the internet. I don't want to say the underground, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like, I will give Tyler, the creator, credit. He, when he made "Call Me If You Get Lost," he did say that he was inspired by West Side Gun to take that direction. But Tyler was already kind of made, right? You know what I'm saying? People already were fans of Tyler for what they were already fans of. It comes across different when you get a brand new artist that's jumping into the mainstream, this kind of bridging that gap as well. I think it works for both parties. We need that gap bridger in this era in a way where, to some degree, Kanye was back in '04, where you take Freeway, put him on tracks with Most Def, call him Quali or Quayle. I put him on songs with Jay-Z. You know what I mean? We haven't had anybody that could do those things, for a long time. And she might be a person that could do those things.
yeah, I mean, I I like to see her just going and checking the marks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's basically what she's doing. So I like that she's going and just checking the marks and they're making her visible. You know, the fact that you're somewhat of a new artist to the world because she's not new to me. I remember her being on a double XL freshman cover. But
Yeah.
like to the world, she's new to a lot of people. So and seeing the moments that she get to highlight, whether it's going to be in fashion, whether it's going to be musically, whether it's going to be just like her getting chances to show the personality on socials or whatever. I think it's great visibility. It's been great artist development for her. And the sky's the limit for her right now. The world is pretty much open in hip hop, and I feel like she gets to fill a little bit of a void of creativity that's missing in the game. And it's refreshing to see artists that are not valued on the mainstream. Like how you mentioned that bridging of the gap, man. So
Yeah.
I think it's dope, man. I think, and then I also like to see displays of when the female rappers are rapping, seeing these displays where you are put on a platform where you have to rap to the standard of somebody who's considered to be lyrical artists or whatnot. Um,
Right.
like I always love those displays of women being lyrical. Like when I seen Rhapsody do the ciphers, when I seen well, it's like one of those little things they do the freestyles. I seen with Shay Noir a
Hmm.
couple years ago, and then I just like seeing women display their rap skills, man. So I like it, and I'm looking forward to whatever else is coming.
I would love to see, what I'm saying, her, Shay, and what I'm saying, some of the others in that camp, collab, man. That would be dope. And I think that when you set this tone, it's like sky's the limit for her debut album. I think that she's the kind of artist that could have some of everything on the debut album. I will say this, man. I do think that some of the industry plant narratives kind of probably feed that hunger to double down on working with artists like a West Side Gun. It might be a Doom appearance on her album as well. And I think that when you really show that you care to that degree where you're reaching, what I'm saying, all across the board to all realms of hip hop, it's like, how can you be doubted? And I mean, she even said on the song, like, I feel like I'm the underdog, like, you know what I mean? And somebody who is this successful should not feel like the underdog by any stretch of the
Well,
imagination. You know what I mean?
I can get how you feel like the underdog because like I said, to the world, they're just now becoming face to face with you. I feel like she was one of the last artists of this generation for a little bit that actually benefited off artist development. Like I said, she was on the Double XL freshman cover. So, like I said, when I start hearing like things like uh plants or whatever, it was like how when a person is checking on the check marks that you're supposed to as an up and coming artist. And that's why I always said that that conversation was dumb. Because like that's how I know when individuals was like really knew about her and people that just being introduced to her now. Because like I said, she was on the Double XL freshman cover. She did have a song and video and stuff charting at one point in time. The joint with Kodak. She did have like little EPs and mixtapes beforehand, but she's went through the upcoming artists kind of artist development thing, and even with her last project, it's still steady trending. They're not rushing to keep on having her reduplicate success of whatever last thing was or mass producing music. They're letting the music work and it's traveling. It's still trending up. I seen that it just cracked within the top 10 of like the Billboard or
I
something.
saw that.
Finally, so it's like it's just gonna continue trending up. I mean, this is real. Like you don't see this as often in hip hop that you working an artist, you're building them up. The label actually is working with you, making you visible, and then letting the music naturally grow while you're hitting check marks in different points of the game or creating those
Well,
relationships and working the music. We just don't see that artist development like this in a way.
it's interesting you say that because, like you said, labels actually doing what they're supposed to do makes you look like a plant nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what actual artist development and building up momentum and building up an artist really used to look like. I'll put it that way. And when you do that in a traditional way and you do see the artists everywhere, then somehow it's an agenda. It could be, who knows. Thumbs up in the chat. I see Leroy in the chat. We were just talking
So it
about
was good,
Leroy
y'all.
Egypt remix. We're gonna put that out there for y'all. Get the lyric video going on with it in the next couple of days. Andre 3000's made it into the news, and we're gonna talk about Goody Mob breaking up as well, which was heartbreaking for me. But we'll talk about that. And Nas got a residency coming up as well. Jermaine Johnson with the super chat says a mainstream hit record. A mainstream hit record singing about anxiety and floating on a boom bap Westside Gunn record at the same time is so fire. I agree. I
Yeah, I mean,
mean, we used to praise this type of balance. These are the things that we always say that we want to see in our artists. We want to see balance. And I've said that on this show and on this channel many a times. And then we have somebody who's doing that and bringing that. And, people can't really over overwhelmingly, I don't want to say support that, but appreciate that. Leroy said something when we were on Rhymes and Reasons a couple of weeks back. He says that hip hop the fans can't get on the same page about anything anymore for anything to be classic. And I thought that was a very interesting take, but it's kind of real. Back in the day, we used to be like, everybody's like, yo, man, Get Rich or Die Trying is a classic. You know what I'm saying? Like it was pretty much overwhelming. If you didn't feel that way, then you were kind of an outlier. But now opinions are all over the place to the point where how can there even be a resounding classic or even an instant classic? Because hip hop fans are just all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a good thing or a bad thing, man. It just depends on where music is. Because if you
Yeah.
have a lot of people and they're going along with the go along game about some trash, that doesn't help us progress. But if the shit is good and everybody's kind of on the same page of it, then yeah. So I mean, it's like a double edged sword with hip hop, And unfortunately, we're in a stale thing. But I'm optimistic on the great things that are going to seep through in the near future.